when I used to live for the recognition of other people, and this is from parents to siblings to bosses or whatever, I realized how exhausted that I was. And of course, I didn't know what I was doing, because a lot of things that we do 95% of the time, it's very much like subconscious. But once I became more mindful and started to live more mindful, I'm like, why do I feel like I need the approval of all these people? And I'm like, I really don't. But society always teaches us how to look outwards, right? So once I started thinking that, hold on, even if I seek the approval of other people, a lot of times they weren't even approving me, so I try to do more. So once I stopped seeking that approval and was like, what is that approval really doing for you? Nothing. Don't you know that you're a good mom? Don't you know that you're a good wife? You know, a great daughter? You know, you're a good employee, whatever at the time. And I'm like, I do. And I felt so much more powerful, less tired, because I'm like, why am I giving so much of my energy and power away to people who, number one, either notice it and don't acknowledge it, or they don't allow themselves to see it because they rather keep me at a certain place in their mind that keeps them comfortable. So I was like, yeah, I'm done with that. And once I relieved myself of that stressful way of thinking, my life was so much lighter. And you know, some people will compare, let's just talk about moms, like, oh, this mom is good because all her kids have all these toys, they have an aesthetic home, you know, they're partners with Walmart and doing all this stuff. But a lot of times that doesn't make you a good mom. I think a good mom is someone who actually loves her children, who's intentional with them, who doesn't just use them to bring in money, but actually takes time to invest in their future. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'm doing that. I'm very mindful of my children. I'm learning them, everything about them, and being able to position them to be very self-aware, self-reliant, be okay expressing emotions, all of that stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. And I don't need anybody else to tell me that I'm doing that, because I already know that I'm doing that. Same thing for being a wife. I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm being a good wife. The only person that should really weigh in is my husband, and he does. So I started to stop looking outward for approval and realize, like, that was exhausting, because I'm like, I need to spend more time investing in my marriage and being a mother, as opposed to just trying to appease the outside world, because who the fuck are they for real?